actually gonna do like the open mic. There's only a couple names on here. So, and then we'll jump into, again, our general talk and open it up. But we're gonna try and limit it, like unless you have a performance, okay? We're gonna limit it to about 2 minutes per person, okay? Sound good? Woo. All right.
Who's first?
Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn. My name is Glenn Davis. A lot of people do know me out here. If you don't know, I'm the chair of the Philadelphia Green Party, and I live in this neighborhood. This is the 190th district that you're in. How many people actually live in this neighborhood? Okay. And the actual neighborhood that I'm actually talking about, not just being in the 190th, is actually being a part of what is called the bottom. I don't know if anybody knows that this is called the bottom. This is one of the most blighted neighborhoods in West Philadelphia, and has been so for many years. But in reality, this is one of the biggest gentrifying areas, and it's over 95% Afro-American, not just of color. I'm not saying just including Latinos, anybody else, or Asians, or whoever else you're going to call part of color. This is 95 or better % Afro-American. And this area, the zoo, part of the problem that we have is statewide. It's redistricting. And our area here has been redistricted, and parts that are very special to this neighborhood has been taken away from us. University has now moved up to 51st and between Market and actually Walnut. It's actually called University. It's not part of West Philadelphia anymore. The zoo, which is historically a West Philadelphia piece of land that we so pride in, and that is now part of Brewery Town, over on the other side of the bridge. Slowly but surely, what I call, and what I've mentioned before, is about defining what gentrification might look like. It's not always like somebody earlier mentioned, somebody moving in. It's actually the schools, renting to the schools with the properties that we have in this neighborhood. And really, so what I call what's happening to West Philadelphia is Drexelification. Drexel is moving up. That's why it's called University. You have to really be very truthful in what we're calling it. Cecil B. Moore was actually, he didn't coin the term then, but he was actually against simplification.
That's right.
The moving in of the colleges into a neighborhood that was poor and blighted, and they fought back against it. And that's why you have Cecil B. Avenue that's actually being gentrified right now. So it's very ironic. The fact that what we're going on here is a little bit ironic. I mean, I'm glad that everybody is here in solidarity, but the ratio, when I counted at the peak, we had about a little over 60 people here, and about 1 in 5 people were Afro-American or people of color, looking at what was actually going on. These are the things that we need to address and try to figure out how to go about it. I'm with an organization called WCRP, Women Community Revitalization Project. And we're on the campaign of taking back land. I hope everybody understands it's 40,000 vacant lots and pieces of property in Philadelphia. We should not be going through any state of poverty or homelessness. We can eradicate this if we so want to and put forth an effort that this is what we're going to do. Take it over, occupy it. This is what we have to start looking at and start working towards a unified effort. We can't just sit here and want to know what gentrification is. We have to figure out what we can do to help eradicate gentrification. With WCRP, our new campaign is development without displacement. More specifically, how I focus on this community, I say develop us. Don't displace us. Make it more specific of really who is being affected by it. What it actually means of having tax abatement. When you move in, you're not paying towards the school system because your taxes actually pay towards the public school system. When you have these big developers that we just seen, they get a 10-year tax abatement. These are the things that we have to start focusing and actually tell our state rep, because a lot of people do not understand or know who their state rep is in this district. And one of the issues is state issues. Where do we get the funding for our public schools? Well, that's state issue. Well, we have to pay our state taxes. When you get these tax abatements, it actually hurts the community. And a lot of times they're not hiring in these communities. Comcast not only has their big giant buildings downtown. I'm sorry, I gotta get ready to go, but they have one of their main hubs is right here on Parkside Ave. How many people are from this neighborhood do they employ?